Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, we're going to talk exercise selection. How many different exercises do you need per body part? Before we get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas, I turn into videos just like this. All right, so I'm going to drop a link below to an Instagram post. Gentlemen I follow on Instagram. Basically, we're looking at exercise variety. How many exercises per muscle group is optimal, so on and so forth. And while science, we have to understand when we're looking at science that it can show us a general path. It's not meant to necessarily create rules, like you have to do 3 exercises, 4 exercises, 5 exercises. But what it can show us is general tendencies. And in this study, what it basically shows, and again, the link is down below, is that doing a few more exercises is generally better for hypertrophy than doing just 1 or 2 per week. We've also had recent research that has shown that some of the old bro school beliefs that you can target a certain area of a muscle with a different movement pattern might actually be true. It appears that it is true. So what we're looking at, basically in a grander sense, in a bigger sense, is that by targeting an exercise with more, or targeting a muscle group with more exercises, you're basically going to get a broader shot pattern. You're going to be able to target that muscle growth a little bit better. So the question becomes, how many exercises do you need per muscle group? Well, obviously we have to be reasonable here. Let me start with this, just the barbell only craze. If you're only doing 1 to 2 exercises per body part a week and they're barbell only exercises, you probably don't have a really good muscle building program, because you're focused on one type of movement pattern, one type of piece of equipment, and you're only doing 1 to 2 exercises per muscle group using that piece of equipment. Here we're talking about the barbell. Probably not a great idea for hypertrophy. Then we can add in dumbbell exercises. It can be argued, and I would argue for this, that dumbbell exercises are good or just as good, if not better, for hypertrophy in many cases, not all cases. In many cases, dumbbell exercises might be better than barbell exercise for hypertrophy. I like dumbbell bench, okay? I like dumbbell overhead press. I like dumbbell rows. Are they better than barbell rows? Are they better than barbell bench press? Well, these are kind of silly arguments. I mean, the case could be made. But what we want to do here is probably use a wider shot group. Use a barbell bench, use a dumbbell bench. And after that, we probably want to, after those 2 big hitters are done for the week, we might want to add in a body weight exercise. We might want to add in a machine exercise. We might even want to add in an isolation exercise. So I would tell you that if you're looking at major muscle groups like chest, shoulders, back, quads, etc., if you're looking at the major muscle groups, it's probably better to do 3 or more exercises per week. You could go as probably as high as 5, maybe even 6 total exercises over the course of 2 weeks. What do I mean by this? Well, back when I was doing the first 10 years of my training, basically what I would do, I would come in on day 1, and I had a chest day. I would do barbell bench press, and then I'd follow it by dumbbell incline. Okay, so I got 2 exercises. Then on week 2, I would do incline, barbell, and follow that with dumbbell flat bench. So I had 4 exercises. Then I would do dips. For many of my clients, I have them do dips and push-up supersets. So up to 6 exercises. And then usually over the course of a week, we work in like a machine chest press or even an additional isolation exercise. So you can see you're basically working within 3 to 6, probably 4 exercises, 5 exercises for major muscle group, with working in some variation, because you don't have to work the same muscle group same exercise every week. But I wouldn't alternate things more than 2 weeks, like dumbbell rows 1 week, barbell rows 1 week. I wouldn't go a third week and do T-bar rows. So on back day, what I normally did was I would do deadlifts, and week 2 I do rack pulls or block pulls, some sort of variation. And then following that, I would do barbell rows or dumbbell rows. And then following that, maybe assisted pull-ups or lat pull-downs, seated cable rows or machine rows. You can see sometimes alternating exercises just gives you some opportunity to work in some new exercises. So this is a good thing. So the bottom line is, don't get crazy. Don't make it about how many exercises can I add into a program, right? Don't get ridiculous. But on the other hand, we need to learn some of the negatives about minimalistic style training. Like, I'm only going to do barbell exercises, right? We need to kind of move away from that when it comes to hypertrophy, and we need to be a little bit more reasonable. And even for strength building up your base, you might say, I just want strength, right? Well, if you just want strength, you want a muscle base as well. And it's probably a lot better for you. I'm going to argue it's a lot better for you to do exercise variations than to just stick with barbell only exercises. So when you're looking at your programming, again, don't go crazy. Like, I have to have exercise variations. I have to alternate every exercise, or, like between barbell rows and dumbbell rows and bench press and dumbbell bench press. Don't get like that. But if you want to work in other exercises, that's a good thing. 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 exercises for major muscle group every week to 2 weeks. Find a way to work them in. Get some of that variety in. Over time, I talk about evolving your training based on needs. An important thing to think about here is, by exploring or playing around with different exercises, some you're going to find you really like, you really have a good feel, you're really drawn to them, and some you don't like, okay? It's okay to toss those exercises aside, because there's plenty of exercises to choose from. And evolving your training based on needs over time involves gravitating towards the exercises that are working for you or that feel good for you, or your body type or your limb lengths, etc., and moving away from all the crap that doesn't feel good. So where I start a trainee on isn't always where they end. Based on their feedback, will evolve their training. So exercise selection, move away from just one form, right? The super minimal type of training. Get beyond just the barbell stuff. It's good to have a barbell, a dumbbell variation, maybe a machine isolation, and a body weight. Kind of consider all those when you're putting together a package, and don't hesitate to play around with some exercise variation, alternating between A and B every other week. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.